A great Tuesday morning. It is a beautiful morning here at Oxo.
I was wondering why you were wearing red, and I'm like, dude, I'm wearing red too. People are
It's,
gonna think we're matching, except you have yellow.
it's Tuesday uniform.
It's your Tuesday uniform. Well, yeah, I try to wear the Texas red on Tuesday for some reason.
I try to wear my Oxo red on Tuesday.
Yeah, well, I'm watching this chick on Fox News. Well, not Fox News. I don't watch Fox News. The local Fox. She's a weather girl. Hmm. She's talking about the weather, so we got to pay attention to weather, man, don't we?
I don't watch the news.
Oh, yes, I know that. That's why you're so up to date on everything.
Well, I mean, it's kind of weird, but I get news here and there just on what I hear. I mean, this is one of the reasons why I think that the news media has gone to crap because
Hmm.
you get it on social media, and if something intrigues me or
Hmm.
tickles my fancy. I don't know if you know that expression, but if something tickles my fancy, then I go out there and I do a little bit of research on it, and I go like,
Hmm.
let me check this this out. It's like uh, this thing that's going on with the border bill.
Ah, Riz, tell me about the border bill.
Well, it's a disaster, and
100%.
like it's a disaster, and it's kind of trippy. It's a disaster,
Amazing.
but it goes
That's another one word he uses.
amazing.
Amazing.
But
Amazing.
it goes back, Roman, to something that I think that we've been talking about for a while, that is kind of like happening nationwide. And I think it's the implosion of the Republican Party. They're going to crap. They're literally
Mm-hmm.
going to crap because you've got individuals, at a certain far right or maybe crazy right that
Hmm.
are siding with the liberals in regards to giving them anything that they want.
What crazy right? I don't think the crazy right is doing that.
I don't know who it is. McConnell and all this.
McConnell is definitely not the crazy right. He's more the moderate uniparty member.
He's a well, whatever, whichever way you want to call their little group out there. But
Hmm.
they literally, and I saw Greg Zabit because now X, which used to be called Twitter,
Hmm.
they throw little messages at me, and I got one from Greg Abbott saying like, this bill that they want to take away the powers of Texas to protect the land.
Hmm.
I have an issue with that.
Hmm.
I have an issue with the federal government coming in. I think I'm leaning towards being more of a libertarian. I have an issue with the federal government coming in and saying, "Hey, this is what you need to do in your community," and well, screw you.
Well, I think this is a bad bill. There's a lot of reasons why I think it's a bad bill. You'll have people who are like, well, this is a compromise, so no side is going to get everything they want. I just think the idea that it's a border security bill and three times the money you're giving to border security is going to another country, I think that's insane.
Ukraine.
Yeah, Ukraine getting 60 million, and I think what Israel's getting what half that amount. I don't remember. Somebody will correct me on it, but that's not really a border security bill for us. It's a border security maybe for Ukraine. I think that's insane. But I think many Republican candidates locally are, opposed to the border bill. I know that Mauro Garza posted something yesterday. I think Gregory Kunkel posted something. I know that I had shared it or retweeted it or whatever it's supposed to be called now on Twitter X. But I know that certain people keep tabs on whatever I do, in the Republican Party. They keep tabs like, oh, I saw that you liked Greg's post or that you shared or retweeted Greg's post. And I was actually told yesterday by a Republican that I shouldn't be doing those things because in a month, no one's going to care about Greg or Mauro or Laura, that it's all going to be about Myra. And I'm kind of like, hey, if I agree with somebody on a post, I'm going to share it. And it's not, it shouldn't be a big deal.
I like Dr. Laro Cisneros.
Yeah, so I should be able. I think whether or not who I endorse or support, I think that if I agree with somebody on a post, I should be able to share their things. But whatever. But I'm irrelevant according to certain Republicans. I'm irrelevant. Yet they spy on me and watch whatever I have to say because I'm apparently irrelevant.
No, because you're an hocicón.
What does that mean?
Hocicón?
Well, what does that mean?
Because you're very vociferous.
Okay. But no, but I'm irrelevant though. I'm irrelevant and no one listens to me, and that I have been exposed at not being a true conservative, which I think is hilarious by some of these. These are like the new converts that I talk about. The new people that are just new into the party that don't know jack crap, who ask you questions and they show their moronicness and their stupidity, but you answer it anyway because you want to help grow the party, you want to help them, but then they go and turn around like you're not a true conservative. I'm like, oh, whatever.
Well, welcome to the party.
I guess I just think I think it's just funny by some of these little,
Remember,
but you know what, but then
that,
I get attacked because they're like you criticize women, and I'm like, yeah, I criticize men too. So I just want to know what the new rules are among conservative Republican women in particular, because apparently they're the ones who they're really bent out of shape because a man happens to have an opinion.
an opinion.
I don't think we're allowed. I think us men are not even allowed to have opinions anymore. So I think that men are not allowed to criticize women. We can only criticize men. And I don't know, but maybe under their rules, under their woke conservative rules, because they sound like a bunch of Democrats, quite frankly, are they allowed to criticize men, or are they only allowed to criticize women? I don't know what these freaking rules are with these people, but apparently I can't have opinions because I criticize women too much. And it starts with people like Susan. I have to mention her because she's one of the people that apparently I criticize women. That one of her little supporters on your show was saying that. Whatever. I'm going to criticize whoever I want to criticize. I'll even criticize Erasmo, and I do it to his face. Right, Erasmo?
Yeah.
Yeah. But last time I checked, you do have a penis, right? You do have male genitalia.
I can
For
still,
clarification, because apparently I only criticize women,
I
according to these Republican women.
can now see it though.
I don't. You can now see it. Okay, good. So you can verify for everybody that you do in fact have a penis, and
Yep,
I do in fact criticize you often.
it's still there.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm. Thank you for clarifying that. I think
Well,
that's what I have to ask now before I even make a comment or opinion. Do you are you a man? Because if I happen to question that, they're gonna be like, "Well, are you gay?" Like, no, I just have to ask those questions because apparently I'm not allowed to question that because I have been exposed as a true conservative, even though I am. Anyway, oh, Hector's asking me a question. What do you really think should be done about the border issue? Well, it depends on if you think it's just an issue. It's not an issue, it's an invasion, but if you're going to use the word issue, I mean, you're downplaying the invasion. Erasmo, am I wrong that it's an invasion?
yeah. Let me
Wait,
say,
wait. Is it an invasion or that I'm wrong? It's an invasion.
no, it's and I think at first, I think a lot of people were torn with the issue because of the misinformation that we've been receiving from the media. you
Mm,
know and again, I think part of it has to do when we start dumbing down the words. Individuals, even on Roman's favorite channel, Fox News, even there, they're calling all these individuals migrants. They're not migrants, guys. They're illegals, and they're crossing the border illegally. They're coming across. They're getting everything for free. They're being shipped anywhere they want. They're now in New York. They're getting they're getting $1,000 a month from the 53 million that mayor put aside. More power to them. As long as they keep everyone in New York, I'm okay with that. Just don't want them here in Texas. And again, if it's very frustrating, it's very frustrating for individuals that actually came across and got themselves in this big old line and had to
mm,
pay the fees, had to pay the fines, had to pay the waivers, had to go through the whole process. And it really, really sucks for them. And then you've got individuals here that, make a freaking killing, like the Politiquera Church out here in West Brownsville. Those suckers are cashing in like if there was no tomorrow. And again, it's all in the name of God and religion. And one of the things, going back into Roman's point, I think Roman is suffering now from something that I've been going through for the past 15 some years. You start talking about an issue and everything, and then that's what hates church and hates the pastors, and that's what's homophobic, and that's what hates the gays, hates LGBTQIA community. And it's just like, wait a minute, I'm expressing an opinion in regards to a flag being put up in governmental buildings, and no, not automatically, you're going to classify me as homophobe. I'm upset that the local pastors are worthless, worthless, worthless. I don't care. And it pisses people off, Roman, because you got individuals at these little churches and they're going like, oh, Erasmo, how does Erasmo dare speak of members of the cloth when they're pastors? They become irrelevant because at the end of the day, as long as they're making their little money, they don't care what happens to. And I had a conversation, and again, I had this conversation with several pastors here. I go, why aren't you out there fighting with me against this city who refuses to put up put the bus stops up? There
Mm.
were bus stops that your flock, your church members use. Why aren't y'all out there fighting with
My
me?
goodness, who's texting you?
Crazy. I think all the pastors. Why?
Like, is that God? Like telling you to tell you, don't attack the pastors.
Pastor.
Well, I mean, while you're checking on that, I'll tell you flat out, I don't believe that we should be keeping these supposed alleged migrants when they're not migrants. That's an insult to all the people that actually are migrants in our country. You
100%.
know, our people that will work the fields, that are, you know, actually work the cotton fields
Not,
and work the
not
grapes and
like
all that stuff.
not like
The
Mayra.
real migrants, you
Not
know,
like
that's insulting, huh?
not like Mayra.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not talking about Myra. Why do you have to always assume that I'm talking about Myra? God, Lee, you're obsessed, dude. Osmo, you're obsessed.
I don't
You're obsessed.
I don't give
See,
a
I know I'm not criticizing anybody anymore. I'm not allowed to criticize anybody. But anyway, no, I think that we should deport people immediately. I think that if somebody tries to come into our country, you deport them. I do not believe that people that I don't know how many other countries have this kind of what due process rights. What?
I'm taking the pictures because someone sent me a message. And I'm trying to tell them that I'm on a show right now with Roman.
Oh, okay. No, but I mean, how many countries have the right that give illegals, immigrants, due process rights to the point that they can stay here for years and years and years and years before even getting a court thing, or can stay here years and years and years and years, and they don't get deported at the end of the day, or they can live here and make a living. How many other countries do this other than the United States?
It's madness.
And so we need to deport them. I mean, I think that's the number one thing. I think many Hispanics, I
We
think the vast majority of Hispanics, even in our community, would say deport their asses.
we shouldn't have had to get to the point that we've had to deport so many individuals. They
Mhm.
should have been stopped. They should have stayed in Mexico. There should have been a process. That's what should have happened. It didn't happen. It didn't
My
happen.
God, stop texting you. It's worse than my ducks. The quack quack quack.
Oh, things, guys, it should never have happened. And again, part of the issue is like with this Pastor Navarro, the guy from West whatever church, politiquera church. I've been screaming about that guy and his tranzas for years. Now people are finally starting to wake up and say like, "Well, shoot, he's right." And again, I can't stand anyone that goes out there and takes advantage of individuals the way that this guy takes advantage of that little church and makes a freaking killing out of that place and stuff like that. And again, we'll be talking about Pastor Navarro and all these other little pastors later on. Again, I don't I don't behold it to anyone, guys. Anyone. I go out there and see like this. And then the same thing happened, Roman, with Tanasca. I was out there screaming about Tanasca for 15 years, as Juan Montoya was, as other individuals were. Bobby Whiteman was out there defending them, protecting them like a crazy man. I was out there screaming about it for like 12 years. I even ran on it as for mayor of the city of Brownsville and city commissioner on that point, on the Tanasca point. And again, people, no, that's just being negative. Now, after everything comes out, they're like, well, that's what was right about the Nazca thing. In regards to the illegals, not migrants, the illegals that were coming across, I've been screaming because I've seen them right here, Roman, right here, a block and a half away, right here. And I'm going like, guys, we have an issue. No one in local media was covering it. Absolutely no one. I was the one that was out there taking pictures. Individuals that were close to the matter were sending information. Oh no, but Erasmo hates hates Hispanics, hates his own. It's not that. You just want things to be done the right way and in a way.
I don't know if anybody actually thinks you hate Hispanics just because you feel like you want to deport these people when not all of them are Hispanic. Because remember, we keep getting told that these people are not all from Mexico. What happened? Who are you talking to? You see, I had to pause in the middle because he's distracting. What happened? He looks depressed. He looks sad. I feel like I'm like talking over a silent movie.
Well, no,
Do
some
you
of
need me
us,
to play a piano?
some of us actually have to work.
Well, yeah, but you're doing the show.
I
I mean, you don't have to do
those
a
type
show.
that
You could say, you know what? I give up. I don't want to do shows no more. I'm done.
I
'Cause
say
I
that
gotta work. Hmm?
I say that often, but
Yeah,
I
but
got
you don't do it. You don't follow through.
I got asked yesterday. They said like, "Hey, that's what I said. Are you doing the evening shows?" I'm going like, "Yeah, I'm going to start them up again. It's just God Almighty, you know." I
Like
want to
yesterday,
have.
I called you and said, "Hey, are we
I was
gonna do a
I
show?" But you didn't answer. You were where? What were you doing
was
yesterday?
watching Argyle with Gael.
You see, that was more important. The one time I was available.
Uh, yeah, see, I got Roman on this side, and I got Gael going to. I think I'm going to go pick Gael.
I guess I'm just telling you that you said
No,
you never want to do the shows with me,
I,
and then I
what?
send you, and then you
Send
complain,
me a
and then you
message in
complain on the
the middle
show
of the
about me.
movie. I can't even answer. I had to answer till afterwards.
You
But
didn't even call me. You texted me like at 11:50 at night. You were lucky I was even awake.
let me tell you, as crazy as it may sound, I hate answering phone calls. I literally got a phone call, two phone calls at 2 o'clock in the morning. And
What?
crazy.
It
It
wasn't even me.
wasn't even
Wow.
you this time. And I
Wow.
think it was one of these individuals that, I'm helping out or something. You're calling me at 2 in the morning. And I sent him a text. I said, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. And I blocked the crap out of him. Because
Good for you, Erasmo. Good for you.
anyone that goes out there calling me at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, you better believe I don't care who you are. I'm
Well,
going.
maybe it's me because you might be texting. You might be doing it. It's different with me,
You're
but
different.
pues
You at
tú.
least, you at least, this is what Roman does.
What
Roman
did
is
Roman do?
on social media, all night, and
No, I'm not. But okay.
then he goes, "Oh, I saw you text it. I saw you posted something, so I figured you were
Because I
awake."
happen to be on Erasmo. I happen to get a notification. Oh, Erasmo posted. Oh, let me see what Erasmo posted
Yeah,
at 2 o'clock in the freaking morning. It must be
must
important.
be- you must be awake. And I'm going like, yeah.
Shit. I'm awake. I have to wake up in the middle of the night because I have to pee because I'm old and my balls are doing my ankles now.
The dangerous situation. It is a dangerous
It's
situation.
completely dangerous.
Definitely dangerous. And let me tell you, um, part of the issue is, and I know a lot of people haven't seen it. I've seen this firsthand. Guys, we're not getting the cream of the crop coming over from all these Central American countries, these Asian countries, all these. We're not getting the cream of the crop. We're getting the worst of the worst. And let me tell you, all you have to do is go out there and you start looking at these people. And let me tell you, they look like Mara Salvatruchans. And
You're judging them immediately because of the tattoos on their skin. How
you
dare you?
better believe I am. I mean, I love tattoos. I love them. I mean, I'm I hard fan of a diehard fan of Ink Master because I love tattoos. I think that they're just amazing. I don't care for them too much in the face and with different gang signs on them. I kind of like shy away from those.
Yeah, you would think that we'd be able to deport those people, but this administration doesn't. They're migrants.
Well, look at. I mean, look at the video. My gosh, what happened up there in New York? Them attacking the police officers, and then you attacking the police officers, and then you got that DA that let them go without bond. Let them go without
Like,
bond.
of course they are because they're part of the Democrat ring.
Put them back on the streets. And again, I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican, or
Oh
Libertarian.
no, these are Democrats who generally do this. They generally do this.
I don't care. You should be enraged by that. How in the
Yeah.
hell are we letting? And this is, I think, the difference between Democrats in New York, and I'm hoping Democrats here locally. We don't want these people on the streets. Get them arrested. Put them behind bars.
Some of them do, but
Keep
I don't
them
think all
there.
Democrats do locally.
I'm hoping keep them there as long as it needs to be. Deport them all. What's up, Erasmo? Oh yeah, Frankie spilled tea yesterday, but he's fat.
He spelled the T. I don't know what that means.
I mean, hey, Julian.
Mm.
Ramon fixed his hair and waited for you, cheese. You broke her heart.
Like this fixation that Ray has on using improper pronouns is just crazy. But whatever.
Don't go too far. They're busing them to your local schools from the bridge. Well,
They are.
that's been happening for a while. That's been happening for a while, and
They're deporting them to our schools here in
yeah,
Brownsville. No.
the only and hold on. The only difference is Julian, and let me say this: the only difference is the most of those kids are American citizens that live in Mexico. Take into
Oh,
account
okay, that's different. I thought we were talking about
yeah,
illegal immigrants.
yeah, these
That's how-
individuals they may live in Mexico, guys, but a lot of these kids are Americans. Most of these kids, I'm going to say, are American citizens that parents either live in Mexico, can't come across, or the economy is just so bad right now, and the housing market here is horrible. I actually wrote something on my personal church page on how horrible the market is here. Because sometime back, Roman, my parents, I would tell my parents, I said, you know what, este, sell the house. You know, we have this huge house, Roman, huge house. I said, sell the house, get something smaller, and use the rest of the money, to travel or to do anything that you all want to do.
You can't really do that anymore.
Can't
I
do
mean,
that.
you can't go to a smaller house. The money you're getting to sell your big house isn't going to be enough to buy the new small house.
Exactamente. And
Mhm,
right now, it'd be crazy. It'd be madness to do that. If
mhm.
no matter what size of house, you keep it and you don't sell it because we could probably sell the house for a good $500,000. And I'm putting a number. I haven't appraised it yet. Someone just deposited money in my account. That was Cash App. And again, uh, that was a good thing. They could have they could sell it for 500,000 in order to buy a smaller house. Probably gonna have to pay like 600,000. So it's
Which
mad,
makes no sense, but okay.
huh?
Which makes no sense because
Nonsense whatsoever.
especially when you sold a much bigger house for 500,000, why would you? Yeah, no, but I've heard of people having to do that. Like they need to move from one part of the valley to another part of the valley, and they do that, and they think they're gonna have enough money to be able to move, and you're not gonna be able to and also because the inventory is so dang small everywhere because people are not building enough houses. The people forget that when we had that shutdown, it didn't just shut down the schools and shut down the work; it shut down the building of houses, shut down the inventory making, and then you had to have all that inventory that didn't come in to build those houses. That slowed everything down. It's horrible.
It is
Nasty
horrible.
gross.
Spill the tea, juicy or exclusive details about a situation or person. Oh, spill the beans, isn't it? Spill the tea.
No, no, it didn't spill the tea. I thought you were making a crack at his weight, and that's why I was like, spill what kind of tea? But apparently, no. He
Spill the.
really was.
I
Yeah.
don't know. It's kind of weird,
It's
and I
it's it's the Urban Dictionary. It's the newfangled language in Osmo. We're just not hip to that.
I'm
We're
pretty.
not hip.
I don't remember. I and I think I somewhat saw a story that Frankie was putting up there. I don't remember what it was all about. And again, oh my
Oh my goodness gracious! You get Cash App, you get dings, and now you're getting the Hey Jude. Holy moly! It's one of those mornings, Erasmo.
God, it is
One of those mornings. Horrible. Nasty gross for you, dude. Nasty gross.
Nancy Grace.
Nasty gross. Nasty gross. Not Nancy Grace.
It says I have money available here. Where's my damn money? Bitch, better come.
Mm-mm. Biden took it.
Damn Biden.
Probably did take it.
Where Biden goes out there and Biden can't speak. How do these people think that they're going to get Biden elected? Biden is a disaster.
Well, because people on MSNBC will say the economy is doing great and it's lagging. The people are not realizing that the economy is awesome and great. You have people that say that, well, when you ask the question of who do you trust to run the government, in this economy, people will say a Republican. But when you really dig deep and who do you think is going to be able to give you better Medicaid or education, or there's a Democrat. So we paint the picture about that stuff, then we'll get people like Biden elected. That's what they believe. That's what Democrats believe. But we keep the issues on border and we keep the issues on immigration, and generally the economy, then Republicans win. So That's what the Democrats are going to try to do anyway.
We're screwed.
We're screwed,
Uh,
especially when you have to old people running for president. Nothing's going to change.
it's crazy. I want to say this. I sent a message to a friend of mine. Well, it's kind of weird. It's kind of hard having friends. Yesterday I went to. Oh, let me start off with this. Yesterday I went to lunch. I had lunch at um, Longhorn Steakhouse.
Oh, how was that?
It was okay. It was okay.
Was it packed? Because I hear it's packed.
No, not really. I mean, I think we waited like 15, 20 minutes. But I saw Martin Sarkis there.
Did he say hi to you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Uh, uh, Ruben Obel was
Did
there.
he say hi to you?
Yeah.
Was he with Martin Sarkis?
Yeah. And
They were probably talking about Morgan Lamantia, probably.
Commissioner Port Commissioner Steve Guerra.
Oh no, they're not talking about Morgan Lamantia. They're talking about Vicente Chente Gonzalez at that point.
They're talking about it. I think a little bit of everything, but it was kind of funny. And I'm going to say this, and I maybe shouldn't say it. I said like, oh, well, I'm going to take a picture. Going, oh, we don't want to take a picture. I said, bitch,
What? Did he want to take a picture with you?
because you're going to put it on social media. I go like,
And
y'all put pictures up with my sister. I've seen pictures of this, and again, I don't want to.
is it because you're a Republican? They're Democrats? Wow, that's just wrong.
Well, I'm wondering if that has to do with it, or if there's like, we don't want, and it has to do the same thing. Someone told me yesterday, go like, someone said, that Susan doesn't want to be associated with you. I go like, I part of the issue is I don't care. I don't care if people don't or want to be associated with me. It doesn't bother me in any way, shape, or form. I just don't care. I think it's detrimental to these individuals because at the end of the day, they something that I think I hope that the three amigos that were there, the three Chente amigos that were there, or the three La Mantequilla amigos there, they realized that I'm pretty popular still in Brownsville, Texas, and a lot of folks, that may not fall in our all's little circle. Because get us or no, Roman, we all fall, and this is one of the reasons why people bitch at you all the time. We all fall in this little inside the little political world circle. I'm
Mhm.
more in touch with my raza circle uh, because that's just the way I am. Because I don't care to please anyone. I don't care to please La Mantequilla. I don't please to care Chente. I don't please to care Mayra. I don't please to care anyone out there. I don't. I'm just going to be faithful and true to my community and always express and say what I think should be. And like I talked to someone this morning. So I was talking to individuals this morning in regards to the Politiquera Church, and I said like, weren't y'all supporting the Politiquera Church like just some years back? And I told y'all, I've been screaming about this for years, but it's the same thing. I've been proved as time goes by, I've been proven so right, and all these people have been proven so wrong. Yet still, there's that little stigma like, I don't want to be seen with Erasmo. I don't want a picture with Erasmo. I don't want to. I, you're lost. I don't care. I still consider him friends. I like him.
So they didn't want to take a picture with you?
It's not that. I was like, oh, I got like,
Like, did they get their buttholes get all clenched or something?
yeah.
Wow,
And
that's
again,
disgusting.
and part of it is, I mean, I'm tripping because they don't think that I find this offensive. It's like I don't know if at points sometimes these friends of mine they think that I'm clueless, or that I'm just like ignorant to the fact. But again, more power to them. Again, I,
That they use you when they need you,
well,
and
it's kind of like the prostitutes that I go out with. It's like kind of like you
what?
give and you get, and as long as you get as much as you give, you're okay. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's a more
No, because I don't do use
it's
prostitutes, so I
it's
don't know
an
what you're saying.
analogy, it's an analogy. If you're with a prostitute, you give them $20 and you get something in return. It's like a give and to take. So I don't
Immediate satisfaction, is that what you're trying to say? An immediate quid pro quo?
$20 is $20. But what I'm trying to say is, as long as it's a give and take thing, I'm okay with it. Because I don't see it as they're using me. It's more of like, well, as long as I get, I think I'm okay.
But did you get anything from that relationship between you,
Yeah,
Martin,
yeah. Well, well,
and
let's say,
Ruben,
I love Martin Sarkis, and he
and
knows it.
and
He's a,
Steve?
I
So
always
who of the three, which one's the least wanting to take a picture with you, and which one was okay, sort of willing to take a picture with you?
Commissioner Steve Guerra.
He did not want to take a picture with you.
And again, don't
You
ask.
would think that of all of them, he would want to because he's the only one that's elected.
No, and he's a friend. Let me get this because I know I'm going to get text messages from his people.
Because he desperately wants me to go have lunch with him and Chente or something, and he desperately wants me to
Well, it's kind of
endorse and support Chente, and I'm like, I
kind
can't
of tricky
support
with
Chente.
Chente. Well, again, if it's between Maida and Chente, I'm going to think about it. That is crazy. Oh, now you're as
Yes, yes.
as crazy
It's
as that
it's
may sound.
it's one of the many universities and colleges that are trying to get my daughter to go to their college.
If
I get more text messages for that at this point than I do
it's
for
between
me.
Chente and Maida, it's going to be difficult. I'm hoping
Mhm.
that it's Dr. Laura Cisneros. Again, I love Dr. Laura Cisneros. I think she's an amazing individual. And I hope individuals from the Democrat side realize this suffice to want to vote in the primary for Dr. Laura Cisneros or
Mm.
for someone that's here locally. And again, nothing against the other candidates that are running out there. As long as it's not Maida, I think I'm going to be okay. But again, I'm not going to be beholden to anyone and anyone. And I love them. I love Martisa. I love Ruben Obel. I think we're good friends, good friends. I don't have to like everything about you know uh, the individuals that they work for. But with that said, let me tell you one thing, and this is what really trips me out. Because Adam Hinojosa is running against La Mantequilla. Let me say, guys, I haven't yet heard from Adam Hinojosa. And I always get invited to La Mantequilla's events.
No,
Always.
there's a lot to criticize about Adams, it's his campaign. I
Well,
mean,
I think it
and the
goes,
people that he listens to or
and,
chooses not to listen to.
and we go back to the same thing, Roman. Is they think that we become these persona non gratas out there, and you don't associate with Roman, don't associate with Erasmo, and they think, well, they're personas non gratas, but yet still people are listening to everything that we're
No,
saying.
we're irrelevant at Osmo.
Well,
At least that's what they say about me. I'm irrelevant. But no, look, since you brought up the La Mantilla and Adams race or whatever, Adam's not raising any money. Adam's practically broke at this point. He's funding his own campaign. And La Mantilla has millions of dollars at her disposal because she's a millionaire and she's going to get so much money from lobbyists and inside circles. I mean, she could easily get $1 million because she's the state senator. And to be able to spend all that money and be able to wipe the floor with Adam, you need every single vote you can get. But the problem with Adam is that he's latched on himself to one person so much that he's alienating himself to other potential people. I mean, it's one thing if you're, let's say you're a Democrat office holder. Are you going to want to meet with Adam Hinojosa, or are you going to, and risk alienating the La Mantilla people? No, you're not. So what is Adam going to be able to do? He's going to have to go meet regular Raza people and meet with those individuals.
my cat is obsessed. My cat is obsessed with a unicorn.
I'm sorry, I had to sneeze. It was coming. So, the thing about Morgan Lamantilla is that she's block walking. She herself, which says something about her that she's not beneath doing that. She's putting up signs. Obviously, Ruben Obel putting a good chunk of her signs, and so I'm sure Mario Signs is doing the same thing for him, for her.
Matter
But
signs.
that shows a little bit of humility, and she really wants to win this race.
He does.
And the way that the lines are drawn, Adam's going to do really well in B County. It's going to do really well in San Patricio County, and really well in Claver County. But those counties have there's probably more cows than people in some of those counties. And he might do really well in Kennedy County, and he's probably going to win really, really well in Nueces County. But when you come down to the valley, Hidalgo County and Cameron County and Williamson County, I just don't know where he's going to be able to win those votes. And unfortunately, like I say, she's not necessarily listening to all the right people and what he could or could not be doing.
Well, and this is part of the issue. I don't necessarily want to say listen to the right people, but take everyone into account. And this is one of the things that really trips me out. Again, I'm driving down my scooter because La Mantequilla's office is right here, like like a couple of businesses next to mine. So I'm riding my scooter, and I run into her on the street, and she'll like wave me down, like, "Hey." She'll have
Who?
La Mantequilla.
Oh,
She'll
okay. Yeah.
have a conversation with me. Hey, man, how you doing? And everything. How's everything going? Is there anything we could do? Is it, remember? And one of the things that
It,
she does.
it's funny. I stood right next to her for about 20 minutes when she was running last go around. Didn't even say acknowledge me. So she only acknowledges certain people. I will say that.
Well, let me tell you, with me again, acknowledges me, asks you, go like, is there anything that you tell us that I know that you're out there and you're very very honest about stuff. Tell me what where I can improve. And I thought that was kind of amazing, coming from someone who knows automatically that I've run on the Republican ticket. And I said, no,
Mm.
no, you're doing great in regards to being out there. Roman said you're block walking, you're being accessible to individuals. That's what this community needs. But let me say, have not run across as the Adam Hinojosa hasn't bothered to give us the time of day. And you'd think that they would say like, well, let me get on. I'm kind of like tripping that they're not getting on Captain Bob's show since it's the most watched podcast south of San Antonio.
No, I mean you had Deborah Bell do it, Myra, Mauro. I think has gone on there, and so is Gregory Kunkel, but none of them have come on yours.
Kunkel has,
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's right. Kunkel did.
but
I know
yeah,
Mauro the one. I know Mauro wants to. He said he was going to before the whatever. Before, what do you mean by regular process people like me? We are the votes that count. No, well, yeah, you count obviously, and I guess you remember Raza. I'm just talking about the non-political people. I'm talking about the ones that don't live in Rio Viejo or Rancho Viejo or those richy areas or the country club
yeah, us
or
regular
a real country club, I should say, be more specific, or gated communities. I'm talking about you
us
know
regular folks.
other people that the people that live in Southmost with like ginormous fences because we don't want our dogs to come out, and have dogs everywhere. That would be raza. When you try to knock on their door and you have to use like a freaking brick thing to hit the door of the gate so that you can hear them because they can't knock on your door. That's raza, I guess.
Yeah, Raza is the individual that don't eat pizza with a knife and a fork.
He's
Or
a Democrat, dude. You don't have enough money in your pocket that warrant. Wait, Democrats are supposedly the party of the poor people. Like, what? Make up your. I don't. I'm confused. No, I'm just saying that I'm literally right next to her, and we're at an event together, and she stares forward purposefully not to talk to me. And at the same event, Sylvia Garza Perez is on the other side of me, and we're just having a good old time, having a ball, chit
uh,
chatting.
you know,
See, that's the difference between Sylvia and La Mantilla. So.
let me say, I'm very, 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 very pleasantly surprised with Sylvia Garza Perez. She is again, she's a powerhouse in regards to campaigning. A
Yeah.
powerhouse. I mean, I just don't see anyone removing her from office anytime soon. She's
Mhm.
a powerhouse. And again, you may not like her, you may think whatever, but you have to admire the fact that let me tell you, they know about campaigning and that they do it very, very, very well. And I think that's one of the things going back into this whole thing that we started off with. It really frustrates me with this border bill that you've got the McCockles or the turtle guy, McConnell,
McConnell,
whatever the hell,
Mitch McConnell.
whatever that imbecile, and there's other Republicans out there siding with the Democrats in regards to this bill, and out there and they're stripping away the powers of the state to protect their land, their people, and funding individuals, across the world instead of putting the monies here and getting rid of these, actually
Mhm.
rid of these folks, and you start to separate the party when the Democrats, they're united.
There's a few Democrats right now that have said they're not voting for that bill. Just so
It's
you
the
know,
same. It's the
on the
same.
Senate side.
It's the same thing that happened here locally, and this is, and I don't get it, and because I was one of the first individuals to go out there and say, it sucks that you've got everyone out there with a friend of mine, Tino Villarreal, tons of people out there supporting him in the party, taking pictures and everything else, because they'll take pictures with Tino, they're not going to take pictures with Erasmo commissioners, but. taking pictures with Tino and supporting the party chair, everyone. And Susan was like, man. And again, I think someone made mention. Well, Susan didn't want individuals from that guy. Well, and that was a really bad move. And it goes back to a point that Roman just said. This is what happens when these individuals start listening to the folks that have absolutely no clue of what is actually going on in the city of Brownsville, Texas. And again, it's like those people that supported El Rata del Pastor Navarro. It's those people that want to supported him. And now they're realizing, oh, crap, he is a rata. He is this. He is that. He is a political church. And we're like, I've only been screaming about it for years. The same thing with the Tenasca thing. Oh, that's most crazy, crazy, crazy. Also, like, oh, well, damn, it's right. So why does it take, guys, years for individuals to finally figure it out when you could have been on the bandwagon 5, 10, 15 years ago, and we would have done so much better as a community. But no, you hated Erasmo, you hate Roman's hair, you think that they're irrelevant, and all that. Like, and let me say one of the things that I learned growing up, guys, from my grandmother, and is no one is irrelevant. No one. The same way you go out there and you shake hands with politicos of politicos. Ruby,
Oh my goodness gracious, a different kind of ring.
buenos días. You know, the same way you go out there and you shake the hands of the politicos and all this other stuff is the same way that you go out there and you shake the hands of the people that work at food nutritional services at the schools, our janitorial folk, our custodial folk, our groundskeepers, everyone, because that is what is being human, not necessarily a politician, just being human. Treat everyone with the same amount of respect.
All right.
I'm
Um,
off my horse.
you're off your hours. Okay, great. I think with going back to the La Mantia race, I think it's going to really depend on whether Democrats come out to vote in Cameron and Hidalgo County to be able to potentially to win that race. But I do know there are Republicans out there that seem to like La Mantia and like her and might vote for her,
I,
and they haven't heard a thing about from Adam. But
I like La Mantequilla. Have not heard a peep from Adam. Nothing. Zero. So it's not going to be a very hard choice for me. And again, I don't care what the party says. I don't care what the Midas people think. I don't care. Este,
Mhm.
you got individuals that are out there and will give you the time of day. In contrast to someone that tries to avoid you and doesn't want to have anything to do with you.
Mm.
Well, it's the same thing and this is again the same thing that happened with the Caballero thing that's going out there and supporting going supposedly now running against Jessica Gonzalez. Again, I was the first one. And Roman, you were here when I said it. I'm probably going to run against Jessica Gonzalez for BISD, and I've already filed my campaign treasurer report, so I'm good.
Yeah,
So
but you haven't said which place you're running in
I'm
because it doesn't have a place for that.
not going to. So I said I'm probably going to run there, and then all of a sudden you go like Richard Caballero was like, "Well, this is where I'm running." I said, "Bitch, did you not? He listened to the word that came out of my mouth.
He
You're,
doesn't care.
you're going to be running against me." And that again, I just don't care. So if
Well, I
anyone,
wonder where Susan's going to run because she seems to be inkling to run for BISD. She seems to be implying, and I wonder which
I
race
think,
she'll run in.
I think they made mention she's going to run in Marisa's seat, the Marisa Minerva seat. That's what I heard.
Why? What? So she'll run against Minerva if she beats Marisa? Like that's why.
Well, again, I think that Marisa, in case Marisa is not successful in May, which I think she will be, then I think it's
Yeah,
going
I'll probably vote for Minerva.
Marisa and Minerva will be going at it in November. But now, supposedly, I heard that Susan's going to be in that little mix as well, and it goes it's just not good. But again, no one cares. There's no unity. All these individuals, and again, these people are rookies. They're out there screaming and yelling about, oh, okay, this and that, putting up reports that they have absolutely no clues about on social media.
Oh no, we're gonna get text messages again, Erasmo. Stop bringing that up.
I don't care. I don't care.
Okay,
I don't,
okay,
and again, I don't care.
okay.
Guys, it's just the truth. There's no unity. And whilst there's no unity, we're still going to get screwed by the corrupt political machine around here. Nothing changes, nothing happens. So, as much as Susan wants to go out there and say, like, y'all will never change on a text message, uh, sorry, love, you all need to understand and realize that some of us have been fighting this for years. And again, you don't have to like me, you just have to respect the fact that before there was a Susan bitching about Tanasca, before there was a Susan bitching about BISD, I've always been here. And I've
Mm.
always gone out there and screamed about the same matters, about the corruption at the city, the corruption at BISD. Nobody wanted to listen. Now that people are starting to catch on, they're going like, well, that's not important. Well, more power to you. I'm going to watch the rest of Olivo's show. I was getting pretty good before I came here. I was watching. I didn't know he was having a show.
I didn't even know he was live. I thought he only did this on like Mondays and Wednesdays or something. Why is he
Just,
doing this show today? Curious.
I'm not sure. I'll check. Justin Trump does not have presidential immunity in the January 6th case. We'll see. I'm not sure. Based on what I've seen, Adam Hosa and Norman Esquivel have the best chance of winning November. Everyone else on the right side will be very, very challenging. By the way, we are all relevant in God's eyes. Preach, brother.
Well, I mean, you see, I don't know about Norman anymore. And the reason I don't know about Norman is because of those three precincts that got added in, that are Brownsville precincts. And, there's a lot of stuff happening over in that side of the county that I'm not sure, specifically with Norman, that I'm not sure he'll be able to for sure win that race. I mean, he had the primary opponent, and I don't know if he'll be, he should be able to win that race because I don't know what that primary opponent's doing. Um, but in November, I'm not so sure. Um, but yeah, Norman would have, a really good shot of winning. But if you think that Norman has a very good shot of winning, then you would have to automatically assume that Janie Juanita would have a very good shot of winning because she represents a good portion of the same area that Norman does. Adam, like I say, he does have a good shot of winning, but I'm not so sure. I really don't. I mean, he did hire, Pink Ape, although I didn't see Pink Ape on his campaign finance reports, which is kind of strange because I thought he had hired Pink Ape. For some reason, he wasn't on there. And I know that I thought he was working with Murphy Nasica, but they weren't on his campaign finance report, so I don't know what happened there. So I don't know exactly what Adam is doing other than spending his own money because people are not coming in, and I assume that people will come in after the primary runoffs and help him out. I'm pretty sure the lieutenant governor will come in and help him and give him some money if he hires the right consultant, because that's kind of what happens in our party now. If you hire the right consulting, you're going to get a lot of endorsements that you otherwise wouldn't get because you hired that consulting company. That seems
Crazy.
to be what people argue in our state party.
Hey, Roman, our 45 minutes are up.
Oh, we're done.
It was
Okay, we'll
quick.
talk later. I guess. Yeah.
Time
Really, it
flies.
felt quick. Really, I thought it was a little slow.
I
It's
do
okay.
it. I do it.
It's okay. I
I'm a
mean,
I'm a 2 minute man.
I guess. Well,
There's
I mean, I'm debating on whether I should go to the BISD board meeting today and maybe actually do a public comment, which I've never done at
go,
BISD.
go do it.
I may do it. I don't know. I just like I've been telling you about. I'm not a huge fan of some of the policies that this particular board does or what the previous board has done, and I don't like. I really think that we're still living in a post COVID world, but some of the things that happened during COVID really should have changed a little bit when it comes to their grading policy, and I completely just disagree with this board staff. I mean, the BISD staff, I should say, when it comes to grading and stuff. But I haven't decided yet.
Well, let me know. I tomorrow tonight I'm gonna get ready for tomorrow.
For
Uh,
what? What are you doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow I'm flying out to Guatemala.
Oh, I forgot about that. Okay, so we're not doing a show tomorrow morning either.
Let me say that uh maybe because it depends on my flight supposedly leaves at 8:45. If
No, we're
that
not
is
doing a show tomorrow.
well, we could do an uh
No,
8 o'clock.
I mean I'll probably be awake at it, maybe, but no. If you're, I'm not. No, it's okay. You go to Guatemala and enjoy your time. How long are you going to be gone, and when are you coming back?
Uh 3 days.
Oh man, these short trips of yours are crazy.
I like him short.
Oh, no, I'm not gonna go there. All right. Well, then I guess
Well,
safe travels via con Dios.
I'm going to be doing a lot of uh videos, so I'll be posting, and we'll have some lives from me and the hopefully the jungle in Guatemala. We'll have
You did even have internet in Guatemala's jungle?
it's going to be interesting because I literally going to be on the mountain, so we'll see what
Are you
happens.
gonna be going hanging out with some of the people that are crossing into our country illegally? You're gonna be like watching it. You're gonna be like,
I'm going to try and interview
are you gonna lead them out of like Moses?
like Moses. I'm the Mexican. I'm the Eminem, Mexican Moses. I'm going, I'm going to see about trying to meet up with some caravans down there and maybe do a couple of interviews.
What? You're gonna be part of the horde, the masses?
So
Are you
yeah,
gonna build them a golden calf?
I'm kind of interested on being on both sides, on both borders, the Guatemalan border, the Matamoros, the Guatemalan Mexican border, and the Mexico U.S. border. It'll be interesting. So
I,
tune in.
I do you get possible that Mexico's southern border is a lot more secure than our southern border is?
I'm about to find out because I am going to go up a mountain on a mule.
On
Go.
a mule? What are you, Jesus too?
I'm the chosen. So I'm
Are you
going.
gonna go up the mountain like the trans steps, like the transfiguration, and meet with Elijah and Moses? Is that what you're gonna do?
That's exactly what my plans are.
Or is it gonna be Quetzalcoatl and Montezuma or something?
Something like that. So I'm going to go up and spend some time up there with the folks and look at the trails of individuals coming across it and see what happens. I think someone warned me about it's going to be dangerous. There's going to be a lot of the La Zeta and a lot of the different factions of that militant group.
I truly, truly hope you come back alive.
Well, we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting. And if I don't, well, it's just I died fulfilling my art, my craft.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what your art or your craft is, but that's scary. I wouldn't do it. What you're doing.
And actually, it's kind of trippy. But someone said, like, well, why don't you go to Ukraine or Israel? I said, I'm planning to go to Israel in the middle of the war.
You're gonna go to Ukraine too.
Love to go to Ukraine if it were possible. It's not possible, but I'd love to.
I don't think it's possible.
It'd be interesting. So we'll see what happens.
You're gonna be like Tucker and interviewing Putin next, or what?
Me and Putin are like these. I don't know why I used the Mexican voice. Guys, have a great rest of the
I
day.
don't know either.
We'll see about having a show tonight. If not, we'll try and do it early tomorrow. We'll see what happens
No.
with each other. 'Cause you get to meet up.
Bye, Erasmo. If I never see you again, it was nice knowing you.
Nice knowing